Hey guys, what is up? It's Biff, and you're back in the Fearless Mods garage. And this time we are starting one of our more transformational mods to the truck. It's not really a mod, and it's not really transformational, but we are going to paint this thing. It is almost 19 years old, and it's got a lot of wear and tear and nicks and rock chips and small dents and things like that, and it just needs to be restored. We are going to start off by pressure washing this molded nasty paint. Today is not the day to be doing this because it's extremely cold, even though we had a couple of really warm temperature days the past few days. However, it's going to only get colder, and I want to get this done before it gets down to freezing. And now it's even trying to snow on my clean truck. That's looking good. She's clean, I'm frozen, it's raining, but now she's ready for us to bring in and start doing some sanding and fixing. But for now, I'm gonna go get warmed up. Okay, so we've got the truck nice and clean, got all of that moldy nastiness out of the clear coat, what exists of the clear coat, because man, this thing is tired and it needs some help. So now we're gonna go ahead and start disassembling some things to get it ready for paint prep. Pretty much gonna take off a lot of the trim wherever I can, mirrors, door handles, things like that. We will probably color match these. This trim here, whenever I repaint the black here, I'll hit this trim, maybe the windshield wipers. I gotta look into seeing if I can pull this bed cap off. The topper won't be a problem, but these top rails, I have to see how they'll come off. And these things have been setting for, like I say, almost 19 years. So a lot of the plastics on this thing are gonna be toast. This guy here, see if we can get it off the rest of the way. The bumper has some issues. You probably saw when I did the exhaust, we got some rust spots here, big one right here, and this one's actually going through the bumper. So interesting. Saw a truck the other day that had a ton of rust right here. Looks like I might have one start of a spot there, but otherwise not looking too bad. Anyway, we'll just start getting a lot of the seals and everything off of here to see what we can do up here with this kind of stuff. I don't know what we'll do around the glass because I don't really feel like pulling it out, but that would be the best way to go. So we'll see how we want to do it to be able to get it a good Mako-like paint job, but done the Fearless Mods way with just that little bit of extra attention to detail. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started tearing this thing apart. Snap the bolts again. Little 10mm holding on that headlight. We're probably going to run into quite a bit of this on this project. The shield. After I pulled out those 3 screws, I pull this plate off, and then now I get in here with a 10mm socket and pull out this last nut underneath here. So now we can pull the door panel. Maybe I'll look online and see what a couple of these look like, but the chrome is definitely in need of some love. I don't know if I want to paint the entire surround. Certainly the paint has come off of the sliders here, and I don't know if it's worth trying to refurb those or not, but I'll do some checking and we'll see what we want to do. What I did here was I just pried from behind this to free up these 2 little tabs here, and once those were loose, I pulled the handle out and slid it forward to get this guy off of the little retainer. Just had to get a pick in there and pull that screw back. My magnet was too big. Pull that screw back a little bit so this would release. And then now this should just come out like that. Okay guys, so we have got the truck mostly torn down. We've got everything pretty much ready. We still got to get the rubber wheel remover to get rid of the sticky stuff. We've got a lot of the trim out of the doors. I still got to get that tail light out. The bed is all stripped down on the sides and underneath in the rear. I've got some chain supports in here with my straps bolted into the sides here, so that we can take out the 4 bolts underneath here, lift this thing up and just separate it back from the truck enough where I can get in here and work on the back of the cab, as well as the front inner edges of the bed here, and then it will be ready to go. I think I'm gonna be able to pull those 4 bolts and just slide it back just far enough without undoing all the brake lines and everything else to give me that room. We'll find that out here in a minute. But that would be the final step, aside from cleaning it up and then getting ready to sand it and do the body work for all of our little dents and things that we have that need to be repaired. Moving right along here. So there's one of our bolts right there, one of the 4. Looks like probably maybe a 15mm or so. And there's one back here in the back, right there. And then on the other side, the same 2. So let's go ahead and see if we can get these things out. Bigger than a 15, probably a 17. There we go. Let's see if it'll come out. Let's get some penetrating fluid on that one. Well, in case you couldn't see that one, it is a 14mm, and it was a booger. But let's go ahead and get the other 2 bolts out. Better. Oh, did I pull out the wrong one over there? I think I pulled out the wrong one on that side. Okay, here's that one. We'll go put in that cab bolt and take out the proper bed bolt on the other side. Well, let's see if the bed's loose. Everything else seems to be coming loose except for the fuel filler neck, so let's see if we can get it off. Clamp we're gonna take off right there. Everything else should be good. We might have a vent tube up in there somewhere that we gotta get, but we will get this guy first and then see what that gives us. All right, so we've definitely got enough room in here now to get in here and be able to paint the back side of the cab. as well as these front flanges of the bed. That's all we're gonna do. I want to see if I can put some blocks in here and support this thing, because I am still gonna need to be able to get around behind here and paint the back, and that's about as far back as I'm gonna be able to go and do that. Got it resting on the wood blocks up front here lightly, and then a little more solidly resting on the wood blocks back here in the back, and that's nice and sturdy. So I think I've already got the pressure off of here, so I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of here, and I should still have enough room to paint around the back here, so we should be good to go. We just got to get this third brake light out from up here. Once we have that guy, we will be pretty much done until we just kind of clean this up and get the rubber off and start getting it prepped for paint. Okay, so back here, I know I do have these two little plastic tabs right here that I'm hoping if I pop them out that they'll just reveal the screws. And it looks like they might. If I get in there with some light, it looks like that leads right to some screws. So I'll get a light and see what kind of screwdriver I need for that, and we'll go ahead and get that thing unhooked. Okay, I do have a deep well 5/16, so we'll see if this will do the trick. All right, let's go on the outside and see if that thing pulls right off. Oh, there we go. That's looking better. Hey, there we go. And just one little tab right there, and we've got that guy out. One thing I do want to show you is the bumpers. So the bumpers have a lot of rust. Here's the back side of the front one. It's not as bad as the rear one, but I do want to clean that up and rust treat it and get a coating on it. And then the front, only the center part shows, and it's in pretty good shape. But I have a plan for that, and I don't think it's going to be chrome when we're done. But this rear bumper is the one that has some serious issues, and man, I mean to tell you, this thing, the chrome's just peeling off of it. The back really needs a lot of attention, so I'm going to disassemble this, try to clean that up, find the holes. I know I got one forming right here where the material is just wiping away, and I already have a hole right here. So I'm going to have to repair these areas, rust treat all of the back of this, and then worry about getting the outside to match the color scheme that we're talking about. And so the last piece of that will be the mirrors, and I think what we'll do is go with the black, repaint all of this stuff black, and go silver on these, so that we have like still the same matching black package, but silver here. So it should look really good when we're done. I'm actually kind of excited for how that'll look, having those pops of black here and there to give it that theme. Plus we got to redo the black trim here, and we have to redo these. These are essentially like a wrap, so I'm gonna have to heat these up and get these off before we paint it, and then either paint them back black or wrap them. But probably just when we're doing everything else black, it might be easier to do that. The other thing I want to talk about is my plan for how I'm going to tackle this. So the top of the truck here is obviously really high, and I'm going to be up on ladders here trying to paint this, because it's on jack stands too, which has it really high. And I don't want to be leaning up against the doors while I'm doing that. So what I think I'll do is tape off the doors and maybe even the fenders. I don't know, I could possibly leave the fenders there. And I'll have the hood shut, propped up a little so the edges get some paint. But I can probably do the hood, the fenders, the A-pillar, the top, all the way down to the back of the cab in one shot, maybe even the bed in one shot. I can finish that. I can put the clear coat on it, and then when that's ready, I'll pull off the doors, cover up the rest of the car, and then just paint the doors so that I can be right here on the side and get all the way up here at the top, no problem. But that's kind of the plan of attack for how I'm gonna handle this large car. So essentially we're looking at redoing the silver, having the clear coat, also doing some gloss black on all of the pieces that we want black after I've done all the bumper repairs that I need to do. And then and this baby's gonna look sweet. Of course, the sides of this will be silver again, because they're body molded pieces over there, so they'll be just the same. But that's kind of the plan of attack.
I'll probably remove the step sides just so I can get under the bottom edge of these doors a little better, and this piece of the fender here. I'm not planning to paint under the rocker panels. Even though this one sweeps down, I'll probably do just a tape line on it and then just follow this seam seal here, but I don't plan on doing the rocker panels. Nice thing is my rocker panels all seem to be in pretty good shape, so that's good. And that's about the extent of what we'll do to make this better than Mako. Tape line up along here, and then come along the bottom of this seam probably to paint all of this, and that will just stay how it is. I'm going to vacuum out all the mulch that has made it between the bed of my truck and the cab. But other than that, we are pretty good to go. Got a lot of work cut out for us on these bumpers. And then it's just a lot of body work and paint. So that's pretty much going to be a wrap for the disassembly in this video. But if you want to see the next steps of this refurbishment of our 2005 Nissan Titan 4x4 LE, you're going to need to click down there to like and subscribe. Click the bell so you get your notifications, and come back and keep watching, because this is going to be a fantastic transformation. But until then, we'll catch you again next time. Take care.